Think you can spot toxic people quickly? You're about to get even better. The first 10 signs showed you what to watch for. Now I'm giving you 15 more instant red flags you can catch in the first minute of meeting someone. These aren't things that take months to reveal themselves. These are immediate tells, body language, conversation patterns, and micro behaviors that scream danger before you even exchange phone numbers. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete first impression toxic detection system. You'll know within 60 seconds whether someone is safe to let into your life. Ready? Let's expose the instant red flags most people miss. Sign number 1, they immediately overshare. The first instant red flag is trauma dumping within minutes of meeting. They're telling you their deepest wounds, their ex's betrayals, their family drama, all before you've even finished introducing yourself. Dr. Ramani Durvasula, clinical psychologist and author of Should I Stay or Should I Go, explains that narcissists often use premature intimacy to create false closeness quickly. Research indicates this isn't just being open. It's a manipulation tactic called forced teaming. They're creating artificial intimacy to bypass your natural boundaries. Notice how uncomfortable it feels when someone shares too much too soon. Studies suggest that's your instinct, warning you something's off. Sign number 2, they interrupt constantly. The second instant red flag is chronic interruption. You can't finish a single sentence without them cutting you off, talking over you, or redirecting the conversation back to themselves. According to research by Adrian Hancock published in the Journal of Language and Social Psychology, chronic interrupters often display narcissistic traits and lack empathy. This isn't just enthusiasm. Research suggests it's dominance behavior. They're establishing from second one that their voice matters more than yours. Notice how they don't even apologize when they interrupt. Studies indicate that's intentional, not accidental. Sign number 3, they name drop excessively. The third instant red flag is aggressive name dropping. Within the first minute, they're mentioning important people they know, places they've been, or accomplishments they've achieved, all unprompted. Dr. Craig Malkin, author of Rethinking Narcissism, explains that excessive self-promotion in initial interactions often indicates insecurity masked as superiority. This isn't just conversation. Research suggests it's establishing a hierarchy where they're above you. Notice how the name-dropping feels forced and irrelevant to the actual conversation. Studies indicate they're trying to impress you before you've even decided if you like them. That's insecurity, not confidence. Sign number 4, they have dead eyes when smiling. The fourth instant red flag is the smile that doesn't reach their eyes. Their mouth is smiling, but their eyes remain cold, calculating, or completely emotionless. According to research by Paul Ekman, psychologist and pioneer in facial expression analysis, genuine smiles, called Duchenne smiles, involve both the mouth and the orbicularis oculi muscles around the eyes. This isn't just resting face. Research suggests it's emotional disconnection. A genuine smile is involuntary and involves the whole face. Notice how their smile feels performative, like they're wearing a mask. Studies indicate that's because they are. It's a social tool, not genuine warmth. Sign number 5, they immediately criticize someone absent. The fifth instant red flag is instant gossip or criticism. Within the first minute, they're bad-mouthing someone who isn't there, a coworker, a mutual friend, an ex, a family member. Dr. George Simon, author of In Sheep's Clothing, Understanding and Dealing with Manipulative People, notes that manipulators often use gossip to create false intimacy and test your boundaries. This isn't just venting. Research suggests it's a test. They're seeing if you'll join in the criticism, which tells them you're willing to violate loyalty. Notice how they're showing you exactly how they'll talk about you when you're not around. Studies indicate that's a preview, not an exception. Sign number 6, they invade your physical space. The sixth instant red flag is immediate boundary violation. They stand too close, touch you without permission, or physically corner you in a way that feels uncomfortable. According to research by Edward T. Hall in The Hidden Dimension, personal space boundaries are culturally universal, and violating them is often a dominance display. This isn't just being friendly. Research suggests it's testing your boundaries. They're seeing if you'll tolerate discomfort to avoid being rude. Notice how you instinctively want to step back, but feel awkward doing so. Studies indicate that's exactly the reaction they want. Compliance through discomfort. Sign number 7, they make everything a competition. The seventh instant red flag is immediate one-upping. You mention something you did, and within seconds, they've done it bigger, better, or more impressively. Psychologist Dr. Craig Malkin, in Rethinking Narcissism, explains that narcissists view even casual conversations as competitions they must win. This isn't just sharing similar experiences. Research suggests it's establishing dominance. They can't let you have a moment without making it about their superiority. Notice how exhausting it feels to talk to them. Studies indicate that's because you're not having a conversation. You're being dominated in real time. Sign number 8, they give backhanded compliments. The 8th instant red flag is the immediate backhanded compliment. You're pretty for your age. That's a brave outfit choice. You're smarter than you look. According to research on microaggressions by Daryl Wing Su, published in American Psychologist, backhanded compliments are often used to establish subtle dominance while maintaining plausible deniability. This isn't just poor social skills. Research suggests it's calculated. They're insulting you while making it seem like a compliment, so you can't call them out without looking oversensitive. Notice how confused and uncomfortable you feel. Studies indicate that's the point. They're destabilizing you from the first interaction. Sign number 9. They refuse to make eye contact. The ninth instant red flag is complete eye contact avoidance. They look everywhere, their phone, over your shoulder, at the ground, anywhere but at you. Research by Michael Argyle, published in Bodily Communication, indicates that eye contact avoidance can signal discomfort, deception, or lack of respect for the person speaking. This isn't just shyness. Research suggests it's disinterest or deception. They're either hiding something or signaling you're not worth their attention. Notice how it makes you feel invisible or unimportant. Studies indicate that's often intentional. They're establishing from second one that you don't matter. Sign number 10. They immediately play victim. The 10th instant red flag is instant victimhood. Within the first minute that they're telling you how they've been wronged, betrayed, or unfairly treated by everyone. Psychologist Dr. George Simon, in Sheep's Clothing, notes that manipulators often use victim status immediately to gain sympathy and avoid accountability. This isn't just having a bad day. Research suggests it's a manipulation strategy. They're positioning themselves as the wronged party before you even know them, which makes it harder to hold them accountable later. Notice how they're never responsible for anything negative in their life. Studies indicate that's a pattern, not bad luck. Sign number 11. They mirror you too perfectly. The 11th instant red flag is excessive mirroring. They instantly adopt your body language, speech patterns, and opinions. It feels less like connection and more like they're wearing your personality. According to research by Tanya Chartrand on the chameleon effect, published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, while natural mirroring builds rapport, excessive mirroring can indicate manipulation. This isn't just natural rapport. Research suggests it's calculated mimicry. They're becoming whoever they think you want them to be. Notice how it feels uncanny, like talking to a mirror instead of a person. Studies indicate that's because they have no authentic self, just adaptations. Sign number 12. They ask invasive questions immediately. The 12th instant red flag is immediate boundary-crossing questions. How much do you make? Why did your last relationship end? What's your biggest insecurity? All within the first minute. Dr. Robin Stern, author of The Gaslight Effect, explains that manipulators often violate conversational boundaries early to test compliance and gather ammunition. This isn't just curiosity. Research suggests it's reconnaissance. They're gathering information they can use later while testing if you'll tolerate boundary violations. Notice how uncomfortable the questions make you feel. Studies indicate that discomfort is your instinct, warning you they're collecting data, not making conversation. Sign number 13. They display contempt immediately. The 13th instant red flag is immediate contempt. Eye-rolling, sneering, or dismissive facial expressions within the first minute of interaction. Dr. John Gottman's research at the Gottman Institute identifies contempt as the single greatest predictor of relationship failure and a sign of deep disrespect. This isn't just having an expressive face. Research suggests it's revealing their true feelings. Contempt is impossible to fake and hard to hide. Notice how their facial expressions contradict their words. Studies indicate that's because contempt is visceral. They can't help showing their disdain even when trying to be polite. Sign number 14. They immediately make inappropriate jokes. The 14th instant red flag is immediate boundary testing through inappropriate humor. Sexual jokes, offensive comments, or edgy humor that makes you uncomfortable within seconds of meeting. According to research on social boundary testing published in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, inappropriate humor is often used to gauge compliance and normalize boundary violations. This isn't just having a dark sense of humor. Research suggests it's a test. They're seeing if you'll laugh along with discomfort to avoid confrontation. Notice how they watch your reaction carefully. Studies indicate they're measuring your boundaries to see what they can get away with later. Sign number 15. They immediately offer unsolicited advice. The 15th instant red flag is immediate unsolicited advice or criticism. You mention something casually, and within seconds they're telling you what you're doing wrong and how to fix it. Dr. Harriet Lerner, author of The Dance of Connection, explains that unsolicited advice is often a dominance display disguised as helpfulness. This isn't just being helpful. Research suggests it's establishing superiority. They're positioning themselves as the expert and you as the incompetent one who needs guidance. Notice how it feels condescending rather than supportive. Studies indicate that's because it is. They're establishing the power dynamic from the first interaction. Now you have 15 more instant red flags you can spot in the first 60 seconds. Combined with the first 10, you have a complete rapid detection system based on psychological research. You're no longer giving toxic people weeks or months to reveal themselves. You can see the warning signs immediately. Remember, trusting your gut in the first minute isn't being judgmental. Research shows your instincts pick up on micro behaviors your conscious mind hasn't processed yet. If something feels off in the first 60 seconds, it probably is. The most powerful thing you can do is honor those first impressions. Not everyone deserves a second chance to prove your instincts wrong. Sometimes the red flags in the first minute are all the information you need. If this video sharpened your radar, hit subscribe. Drop a comment about which instant red flag you've experienced. And remember, protecting your peace starts with who you let through the door.